Yo, what's going on everybody? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm here to talk about two returning games coming to this channel. One is Sonic Awakened and the second one is Sonic Astral. Both of them have gotten two new updates, pretty significant in my opinion. So I just wanted to check them out. Since I finally have my new computer and my recording stuff is just like it's ready and all that, I'm gonna try and push out as much videos as possible. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this in advance and let's get started. If you all have not checked out my video from about 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was a new hub world that was added, and while it's good, don't get me wrong, it's just something that I don't really care too much about because I mainly care about stages and all. I'll look at what's there in the game, but since this game has stages, that's going to be top priority. But with all that out the way, the hub world looks nice, the vibrant details, all of that, you know, it's big and stuff, all of that is fine. But the new stage we're going to be looking at is Crisis City. I was kind of surprised in thinking this would even come to the game because I hate 06. I'm kidding. But I'm just saying, like, Crisis City of all stages. It's kind of overused by now, but you know, I don't really care. Anyways, let's talk about it. In all honesty, I really like the Crisis City here. The stage is gigantic, but that's not really a problem because there's a whole bunch of scenery on the destroyed buildings and the lava everywhere. There's also, like, along with the fact that the thing is pretty big, there's multiple pathways, which is something I'm always complaining when it comes to Matt developing these games. Like, a lot of it is usually a straight line, and I'm always like getting on his ass like, bro, you need to change this. But now it's different, right? There's multiple pathways. A lot of people don't really realize this, and you can't really blame them because they're usually taking the main pathway. But I actually really dig it. I actually really like the fact that there's multiple pathways. There's not just one way to get to the goal ring, right? But along with that, there is one issue I have to bring up, and that's the fact that there's a whole bunch of springs, like a whole bunch of like the big reds, not the big red springs, but the red springs and the red rings, you know, the things that you jump through, right? A lot of people were complaining about that, and I can't really blame them, right? A lot of them, there's a lot, like there's an abundance in this stage, and while since I had fun in this stage, they're not really like something that'll come to mind. It is something that I should really mention though, because a lot of people, they don't really like that, and you can't really blame them though. Along with that, the things that I really like I said, was the scenery. There's 2 or 3 skydiving sections in this stage, which the only game that I remember being able to do that was only 2. I think it was Sonic Forces Forever and Sonic World Adventure that was doing the skydiving thing, so that's pretty cool. I wish, or I hope, that you can do the thing where you can accelerate by pressing E or something. Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot. There's a spin dash in this game, and you can do the spin dash spam. The only game, which I'm gonna reference again, that only did the spin dash spam, to my knowledge, if I remember correctly, was Sonic Eclipse Online, and that's pretty splendid. But that's all I really have to say for this stage. There's multiple pathways, everything looks nice and all. I would say do something about, like, the stage right now, I think it's fine, but in the future, right, please do something about the red rings or the springs, because those take up a lot of airtime that you could be using, you know what I'm saying? Well, at least I hope so. Anyway though, that's what's gonna do it for Sonic Awakened. There's a new spin dash, there's all of that. So if you guys have any spare time or whatever, go check it out. I think it's worth it. With Sonic Awakened out the way, we can finally start talking about Sonic Astral. The story starts off with a flashback. Haru looks at his mother and he tells her that he's afraid that they won't come back from helping the professor. Haru's mother reassures that they'll be fine and they'll be back before Christmas. Haru's bad feelings surely catches up to him as he's watching the news, and the professor was talking about an explosion that happened and that he was the only survivor. Haru wakes up from his prison cell as some girl blows open his door. The girl quickly tells Haru that there are bigger things happening and that he does not understand anything. She also gives him this whip thing that brings energy out of his constellation. The girl starts yelling at Haru, saying that the things he does would affect the future of millions of people. But Haru's rebuttal makes this girl stop talking because she's making it seem like she's done something that has affected everybody else. She tells Haru to wait by the docks and a guy named Flint will pick him up, and then the stage starts. When the stage finishes, the professor asks Mirage if she wants to go through with the plan. She tells the professor that she's going to find something that's coming from the rift, which alludes to the silhouettes of the Sonic characters. Y'all see Tails, Sonic, Shadow, and Blaze. Anyways, the rift opens up and a dog thing just comes from the sky and starts pushing Mirage back. Mirage asks how Haru got out his cell, and he basically catches her up with everything and with the fire girl. They fist bump and the battle begins. After the Robo Dog was killed, we see a Chaos Emerald that was inside of it. Mirage tries to take the emerald, but she fails, and then they start to get into another argument. Flint comes from out of nowhere and picks up Haru, and he leaves with the Chaos Emerald. Some dude comes up and gives a Mirage a purple Chaos Emerald and then disappears, which she calls her brother. When it comes to this pursuit stage in particularly, it's probably one of my favorites in the game. It sort of has that two-phase thing, not really a two-phase, but it's like a two-act thing, and I mean, it's just an observation. It's something that I really like, and honestly, I just like the atmosphere around it. It actually feels like a high security place, but at the same time it is a complete cakewalk unless you make some wrong steps here and there. This place is pretty weird, but I mean, what can you say? It's a Sonic game with weird level design. That's what all of them are anyway. So, but something that I also wanted to point out was the creator of Sonic Awakened also makes levels for this game, and something that really caught my eye is that there's a lack of like springs and the gigantic red rings. And while this is like me not complaining or anything, I don't know why, but the space here in this game seems like it's being put to better use than how it was in Awakened. But I don't know, it's just an observation, nothing to take seriously. And this stage is pretty nice looking, especially if you're on max graphics. It's pretty open. I really like the Metal Harbor part. I mean, it's in a sea, so it has to be open. And yeah, this is an obvious look at Prison Lane from SA2, and like I just said, Metal Harbor. And if you want to check out this game, I'd encourage you to, because it's really good. Did I run into any glitches? Well, there was probably maybe not a glitch, but for some reason with some of like the bumpers and stuff, you would just get sprung out of where you're supposed to land, and it was just extremely annoying because you would lose all your rings. I would have had footage for this, and I did, but I ended up deleting it by accident, and this was something I was going to end up bringing up. But other than that, this is a pretty cool stage that I think you'll have fun with. And don't forget to use the Constellation Whip thing, because one of the springs require that, I guess. Anyway, though, I hope you guys have a great day. Make sure you share this video if you want, and yeah, I will try and keep up with some more videos. And yeah, so I will see you next time. Peace.